Let's have a look at question 2 in this video. So we have the market demand for slots on a brand new space is the following. This is the demand function. We also have the fact that there's only one firm at the moment in the market, so he is a monopolist, and we have the average total cost function of that monopolist. Now the first question is to determine the optimal quantity and price. So what do we know about monopolist? About a monopolist, we know that he tends to make the marginal revenue equals to the marginal cost to make his profit optimal. Now we need to know the marginal revenue, which we can find pretty fast. We know it's gonna be like the price function with the slope twice as steep, so the marginal revenue would be 100 minus 2 times the quantity. And now the question is, how do we find the marginal cost? Well, the marginal cost is going to be the derivative of the total cost function with respect to quantity, but we don't have the total cost function, we have the average total cost function. So let's see the relationship between those two. What's the average total cost function? That's equal to the total cost divided by the quantity, spread over all the units of production. Now, since we know the average total cost and we do a cross product over here, we will find out that the total cost is equal to the average total cost multiplied with the quantity. And since we already know the average total cost function, we can just substitute it and find out the total cost function. So the total cost will be equal to this function over here, which is Q plus 100 divided by Q, multiplied with the quantity. Now if we open the brackets and we multiply Q times Q, that's going to be Q squared, plus 100 over Q times Q. Well, Q and Q will cancel out, so we will have only 100 left. This is the total cost function. But now recall, we want to find out the marginal cost function, which will be the derivative of this one. So we will differentiate to Q squared plus 100 with respect to quantity, which is going to be equal to 2Q only. Now we got the marginal cost, we have the marginal revenue, we can take them together and make an equation. So if we write this over here, let's go to the right, marginal revenue equals to the marginal cost, we will have that 100 minus 2Q is equal to the marginal cost, which is also 2Q. So if we take the quantities on one side, we will have that 100 is equal to 4Q, meaning that the quantity in equilibrium for the monopolist to maximize his profit will be equal to 25. Now with this in mind, we can substitute into the price function and find out the optimal price. And the price for the monopolist in this case will be 100 minus the quantity. 100 minus the quantity of 25, that's equal to 75. So if we found out the price, the quantity, we answered the question. In the next video, we'll keep answering the following questions.